Welcome to the A Collective, where sisterhood meets sass.
You said the name wrong. Yeah,
What did I
that's what
say?
you said. A-list.
Lord.
That's why I'm sitting here. I'm like, at first I was like, wait a second, are we the A-list? I was like, okay.
Hi, guys. Oh, gosh. I got to move everybody over. I am not great at this. Show. I don't know. Well, they changed it. Oh, they changed it. We're here.
Oh my God.
Suddenly, I can't see how many people. This is.
Let's see. Let
fun.
me see if I can
Hi,
find this on
friends.
YouTube. Hello, friends.
Hey
Welcome
guys.
to our little piece of controlled chaos. Chris is here. As usual, my favorite new name for him is Try Millie Rock or Millie Rock the Third.
Okay, what's that for?
He had a video go viral and it has like 3 million views. So we
What?
Millie rocked him, and then he was double Millie Rock. Now he's like triple Try Millie Rock. But then another person in the community was like, he's Millie Rock the Third. So we love him. Hello, Chris.
Love
Hey
it.
Chris.
And hello, friends. Welcome to a live lunchtime controlled chaos edition. And my hair won't cooperate of the A Collective. We are here finally. It has been quite the whirlwind day. Quite the day. Welcome in though. And welcome to the group chat, which I'm excited for. And I don't know what's gonna happen. But
It's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine.
as usual, joining me. Let's say hi to LV first. Hey LV.
While I'm trying to deal with technology. Hi, friends. What's going on? So Mary crushed my soul and my life. I mean, I was already upset at Alani for them ignoring that poor nursing unit. But apparently
Nursing unit. What are you talking about?
so apparently an L&D. So also that just because L&D nurses hold a very special place in my heart. They took care of me, after my surgery and then through the birth of my child. But
You see
they,
how I'm looking?
yeah. But so
You
a
looking
nurse
like
reached,
me now, Stacy, because
Yeah.
you like what's going on over
Well,
here?
a nurse reached out to Alani and was like, it's nurses week or whatever, like I would love to if you would maybe kind of spoil my nurses, like because they're known, right, for like spoiling influencers with stuff. So okay, so they ignored her, didn't said sorry, no, maybe next time. And I was like, that's so wrong. Like nurses do so much, and like you can't send a couple. I guess I forget how many nurses there were. It wasn't that many, but like so they couldn't send a couple of cases of Alani. Anyway, but so if that wasn't bad enough, I was like, well, I already bought these at Five Below. Like, okay, we'll just drink these and then probably not. A girl found a dead mouse in her can. Mary told me about this. I had to pour it out, but then it felt weird drinking an energy, like the energy drink out of a cup. So I poured it back in, but I had to make sure there wasn't a mouse in my drink.
So from what I can gather about Alani is they are like a MAGA owned company.
That's great.
So I did know that a while back when they were saying that the owners of Alani had a lot of MAGA ties. So I think that
I'll be done
that
with
should
them.
just about do it. Yeah, I
I
mean,
just have these. Like, I'm not going to be one of I made fun of those idiots who like bought stuff and then like blew it. Like I'm like, I purchased it. Inflation, like.
I don't drink Alani. I've never tasted an Alani, and I think I had one in my refrigerator because I was like, "Oh, these are all the rage." I think I had one Celsius in my fridge. I never drank them both. I ended up throwing them both away. Like, why? Why am I trying to be influenced and jump on the bandwagon?
So I did like the peach one. I think it's peach. Yeah.
The
And
lime is so good and it's so hard to find. And I found it at Five Below and I was like, score. I bought them out, which is
you
6
know,
cans. Like, let's not get crazy. It was 6 cans.
you see, I'm confused, but okay. Hey guys, it's me.
Nice days.
Yeah, I'm confused at LV, but
Yeah.
I mean, this is
sorry.
normal. This is normal. This is our
Yeah.
normal thing. Because baby, you
Sorry.
just went off on a whole tangent about Alani.
I literally had just gotten off alive with her where this is all news to me. And you know how my brain works when I find out something like this.
Okay.
It just kind of
She-
explodes.
She takes it to the nth degree.
Yeah, we just
Well,
kind of went there.
It was also the fact that she's saying this, not realizing that I'm drinking. I had just cracked one open. And I was like, oh my God.
Okay.
LV, do yourself a favor and just drink coffee. Just drink the coffee. Don't
Well,
worry
I'm
about
thinking
the
about getting a
Alanis.
matcha set and just making matcha at home.
Girl, you know
Yes.
White
people
girl. I know.
they con people into getting these sets, and then you'll say, I'm gonna make these at home. You're not gonna make that at home. It's something about going to go get your coffee
It is
that
nice, too.
everybody loves. It is one of those things, and you know I am that person.
Yeah.
Sitting at home all day working. That is like my break. So I start my day and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go get coffee. Now, do I do it every day? No, but I am known for a Dunkin' run.
Yeah.
So
Baby.
Teddy's here. Lime slush. It's so good.
I made my own coffee. This is my second cup today. I needed it
My
because
coffee maker is angry. Teddy makes his own matcha. See?
okay,
Look.
Teddy, that's nice, Teddy. But we know our friend, and
Show
she's
on the
going to
screen.
get the set, and she's going to get the set. She'll use it for a little while, and then she'll be like, I'm going to go get my own. I know you. So we know these things about her. And as much as we want to encourage her, we have to be realistic.
I mean, it's cheaper than buying a new coffee maker. And my coffee maker, after 6 years, I think is just done.
Yeah, mine lasted like 10 and I had to get a new one. But all right.
I made my
A
own coffee,
collective.
friends.
Well, you have a whole I don't know what you have, a ninja.
Yo,
You have
she has an official, like, full-on coffee bar. Okay?
She does.
It's not built out like I really want it, though.
Of course it's
Like,
not. But
I want to be, it's gonna close to be like Taryn. If you all are familiar, if anybody's familiar with Taryn Newton or Nikki from Nikki's Side of Clean Talk, I want it like built
Operation
out.
Nikki.
Yes, I want it built out like their level. I want to get on their level. I just got a coffee maker in a jar. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. If you all could do
Okay,
us
so
a
let's
couple
get into it. Let's get into it.
Wait, real fast before we get into it, make sure that you are exit. If you're watching on a phone, eggs out and make sure you hit the little likey poo, because the giving the hearts is great and all right now but like actually
need that thumbs up.
upping. We expect you all to do that. Thank you.
We love you.
You're great.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Hello, everyone. Okay, so let's get at it. Can I start?
Sure.
Can I start? Okay, so a subject that is
Wait. Hold on.
What is happening?
Media.
Y'all, welcome to Friday. Welcome to Friday and our chaos. You hear me? Our chaos.
But
Our
it's
chaos.
huge news. This is huge. Come on.
It is. And most of our friends are familiar with it, but I'm super excited about it. I'm going to make a couple videos that are going to be for an external audience. I don't know that I'll post them on social yet, but friends, PCOS is now PMOS, polyendocrine.
Metabolic.
They didn't make it.
Polyendocrine metabolic metabolic
You
ovarian
have messed
syndrome.
all of that up. No.
They didn't make it any more simple to name.
No, I was like,
But-
what is this? What the hell?
it's huge that they're finally like, oh,
ovarian syndrome.
It's polyendocrine because it's many.
Is there a P? Is it an E in there?
No, but polyendocrine is one word. They have
Okay.
made that one word.
Okay.
And so polyendocrine metabolic ovarian syndrome. I am as a PCOS girly, PMOS girly, who actually had what the PCOS acronym stood for. I am glad that we have widened the umbrella and the tent under which these endocrine disorders sit under, so it better represents what's happening with women. So I am super, super excited about it. I'm hoping to bring more awareness. I read a stat earlier this week that like, can they hear that?
They can. They could probably hear mine too. I just realized.
Y'all welcome.
Well, I wanted to look up to see, like, because I was like, on average, I couldn't remember the exact stat, but like, it takes, according to the Google machine, a few weeks to several years, with like 2 years, more than 3 doctors to even get diagnosed with this.
I think you have to go to the right provider,
Right.
someone who is familiar, right? So, and I'll share a little bit of my story, but they said, which kind of speaks to what you just talked about, OV, it's like 70% of a lot of women don't even realize that they have PMOS.
It is 70%.
But I found out through a second endocrinologist referral. He was somebody who kind of specialized in PMOS and some other things, and I was going to him for something different, and he was the person who told me, "Do you realize you have PCOS?" And I was like, "No, what is that?" And and he explained it, but I'm really glad they've changed the name. I'm hoping my big prayer for the GLP-1 community is that I'm hoping that the new diagnosis code, or if they're changing if they're keeping the same diagnosis code, that it would now be covered under that GLP-1s would now be covered under insurance if you have that diagnosis code in your file. Lilly's doing a clinical trial for it, let's be clear. So it may get the FDA indication eventually, but it just needs to go ahead and be covered.
Well, and because the other thing to this too is I just found a study on the NIH website that is talking about, the delay in diagnosis can cause like such, I mean, you can become infertile, right? Like the delays can be devastating to women's health, and so hopefully like this name change and everything, like a little bit of attention, like a little bit of a spotlight being put on it, maybe we will get a little bit further so that we're not delaying, because I firmly believe that it wasn't just my endometriosis, which also is another thing that is super delayed in being diagnosed, because it's a woman's health thing and no one cares about that. But like I think that the PCOS probably was part of my problem too.
I didn't get diagnosed with PCOS until 38.
Yeah.
It took a long time, and I had all the symptoms up until, and I had a male doctor, and he just was like, "Oh, you just got heavy periods." We just kind of went on. He didn't, diagnosis of endometriosis was not until that time as well. It came at the same time. So yeah, go find a specialist, guys, if you can. That's what saved me, is finding I don't know what she was, an advanced specialist, whatever, for women, and they do high risk pregnancies, all of that stuff there. But went there
Oh
and
yeah.
yeah, advanced maternal
Maternal fetal
fetal.
medicine, FM. Yeah, because I had
Yeah,
to go see them because I was fat when I was pregnant.
yeah.
First
So
great
yeah,
pregnancy.
if you can
Jokes
get
on them.
a referral,
Yeah.
then that will be great, especially if your needs aren't being met. So I will say that.
I know, Sabrina, and Elvie, I don't know if you remember, infertility is my story
Yeah.
around PCOS. And my provider, and I'm not sure if it was because of the time frame I was diagnosed, and was education caught up with what he knew. He told me I had PCOS. He never told me that infertility could be a side effect or a long-term thing. We
Great.
talked about some other things that could be associated with it and put me on metformin, but we never talked about fertility. So I wonder because, and I say that because at the time I was seeing him, my A1C was also a 6.7, which I think also kind of led him to,
Yeah.
high A1C, that kind of thing. But at that time, that was not in the diabetes range. I have a letter from him that says basically this does not mean you have diabetes based on, essentially like based on current guidelines. I wasn't in the diabetic range. So I'm wondering, had education and certain things caught up with where people were? Because this inference for reference, this was like 2002, 3, 4. So I'm seeing this particular specialist in that time frame. So we're talking essentially like 20 years ago. 20 years ago this time I was walking around with PCOS. And all I could say was, I have PCOS. And people would look at me like,
What's that?
yeah, because I nobody else, I didn't know anybody else who had it. Nobody.
They probably
Now
hadn't been diagnosed.
they had not, but
Yeah.
nobody knew what it was when I was like, this is what the doctor's telling me I have. And when I think back on my history, I had it as a I had it as a teenager. I had it as a 16-year-old. And I told some friends last night, we went to dinner and I talked a little bit about PCOS and I said, oh yeah, I said, I firmly believe the fertility piece is tied to that. Cause I told him, I said, I was out here risking it all, just out here risking it all and nothing was happening.
Wow, Shannon. Well,
Now we all know that
risking
Shannon
it
was a
all
hustler.
means what? Tell us. We want details.
I was having big fun.
I think Shannon is trying to tell us that she could be Shannon and Jake plus 8 right now.
Shannon, nowadays what the people would say you was being a young hoe.
No,
Not
I'm not
hoeing.
gonna say that. I was out here enjoying
life.
my youth. I was enjoying my youth.
You were sampling.
But I love the term young hoe.
No, I was just out here enjoying my
I mean,
youthfulness.
how can we use
And
that?
besides, I really like the term risking it all. I was just out here risking it all.
Yeah.
I like young hoe.
Just out here enjoying life.
Well,
Yes.
I mean, but that's the thing. And like, I think that, but what I hope with this name change and the all these organizations acknowledging that there's so much more to PCOS than just like your cystic ovary and it's metabolic, it can cause diabetes, like there's so much to it that hopefully now our Sloan and her friends, right, might get diagnosed sooner and not have to suffer some of the repercussions that Shannon and so many women have. That's my hope.
I agree. And I also think like some of my godchildren that are in their early 20s will benefit as well. I was having a time. But and I'll say this, and Stacey, I think as medicine continues to innovate, certain things will be diagnosed earlier. So I have a goddaughter who is about 25, maybe, and she already knows she has PCOS and she knows she has endometriosis. And so she's already proactively working with doctors to figure out her fertility. She's been encouraged, even at her age. She's not in a committed relationship or anything, but even at her age, to see a fertility specialist to kind of help her on her way. So I think as medicine continues to improve, we get benefits a little later in life for some of these things. I think those who are in their 30s and 20s and teens and young girls who are just starting their cycles, who may be susceptible, I think they are going to they're going to be beneficiaries of better care and more early diagnoses of these kinds of things. So they won't have to. If they out
And
here
then
risking it all, they're going to get caught. They're going to get caught out here.
get caught slipping.
Now,
And
the only
then-
downside to that is, we're losing access, to control our own fate with that. So,
Well, I mean, I'm sure everybody will start on the wonderful metformin like we all did. I think we all started on metformin, and that is what they gave me that I could not take. And so that led to me not being on medication for years to control it. And then it got out of control. And then here we are. So, yes,
Mhm.
fun times.
yeah. Well,
Very
and
fun times.
maybe I'm gonna segue here. Maybe Mel Robbins could talk about that and lift that up, as opposed to telling us all to upload all of our financial data into Copilot. I'll just remind you, she is not a financial expert. I know this is probably not a popular opinion, but I have receipts. I'm not a Mel Robbins fan at all. And did y'all hear this? That and apparently Reese Witherspoon, girl, no. That is dangerous.
So I had not heard about this until you mentioned it, right? And I was like, send me. Because I'm a light Mel Robbins fan. I mean, like I enjoy some of her work, her stuff. So I think it's wild that anybody would tell anybody to upload that kind of information, right? So I have uploaded health information before to help me get better health outcomes, maybe exercise routine, diet, interpret this particular set of lab results for me, tell me what you think, chat, that
But
kind of thing. So
not like all of your financial data.
I think that's dangerous. I think we have to be careful who we follow, and even those people that we love and trust. Trust but verify, and make sure that you are kind of checking behind these people, because some of these
Well-
people, because I ended up then listening to another video about Mel. Some of these people sometimes are on a grift. And we know.
And that was,
Grifting is at an all-time high right now. We
well,
know
and
that.
but she's been the queen of it for quite a while, and this irked me the other day because, I posted a video for the first time in God knows how long. And people were like, in the words of the great Mel Robbins, let them. And I'm like, she stole that from a forum. Like, she is a former attorney turned podcaster, motivational speaker, self-help. And the self-help she stole from a poem from a student of hers. This woman was a student of hers. And then her latest one, now there's a creator coming out saying this, she's talking about some like admin something, and like he's saying he's like already kind of been known for this. And so that I don't totally know about, but like I'm like, we need because
They'll
when
litigate it out.
she's not an expert, but to those how many ever, she has like 13 million followers. Like to all those people, she is an expert. Like, and she's telling them to upload all of their financial data. And let's be real. Like, I have a clip, we can always play it because it's an evergreen, of Stacey talking about window lickers. We are surrounded by them. So people are going to listen to this, and then we're already talking about AI taking over the world, and these data farms are poisoning towns.
So I think a few things. So one, I think that Katerina is right. We have to help people remember to use their critical thinking skills, right? Or their discernment skills. For Mel Robbins, but across multiple social media personalities, influencers, all the things, right? Because a lot of times people believe what they see and hear on the internet. And when it comes from certain people, they take it as the gospel, and not leaving Mel, but proving your point. And Stacey probably knows where I'm going with this. LV, I'm not sure if you're familiar with our good sister, Dr. Bryant.
Oh, yeah.
And her grift of being she was calling herself a therapist and a psychologist, and she was saying she didn't need a license, so she's not
Yeah.
licensed in any states because she realized that was holding her back. And just the degree and all that stuff, right? Sometimes people, and I have watched endless think pieces about what's her first name,
Shanae.
because she ain't a doctor. Is it Cheyenne?
Yeah.
Shanae.
I think
Cheyenne, Shanae, something. Liar.
Ooh, it might be
liar.
Cheyenne.
Okay,
But
but she
anyway.
tells lies.
Yeah.
Liar.
Part of this is we kind of don't think she earned a degree at all.
From Argosy.
Yeah, I'm not
Who has
going to talk.
They've stepped in the chat.
I'm not going to talk about Argosy. I have some very, very specific feelings about Argosy, but I know some people who are who've earned their degrees, and they've earned doctorate degrees from Argosy. So I'm not.
But they have their transcripts, though, right?
Yeah, like, and
Okay,
they really
so
do.
and that's the thing.
But they have all supporting document pictures,
Because someone
pictures of
cares.
the degrees, pictures of them in regalia, all the things, right?
As
But-
Spunky Dineva said, every Black person is going to have a picture of a degree, or you are going to have a picture in your regalia.
Because, baby, let me tell you something. I'm about to take a hard left, and we're going to come back to the good pseudo Dr. Bryant. But I just left a graduation for students who are graduating in funeral services. Gupton Jones College of Funeral Services. These people are gotten degrees.
To be
Funeral services. So they know how to,
embalmers.
baby. A time was had inside the church. Their graduation was at a church. A time was had. Air horns, screaming, family running down to the front to get all the pictures of these young and old people. All the stratosphere, from as young as like early 20s. People knew what they wanted to do, to, probably 40s, 50s. A time was had. So there's evidence of these people graduating with their degrees in funeral services. You hear me? So the whole
you
thing.
have nothing with a doctorate.
Yeah, nothing.
She don't.
You
But she
can't
had
get
a
your
chain
transcript from
with
Parchment because Parchment
Mhm.
holds everybody's stuff at this point. It don't matter. You know, school still in business, school out of business. But um it's a grift. And I watched a lot of content around her, and people said, part of her grift, which we'd have to analyze Mel to figure out, part of the grift is she was going on because she's a very beautiful woman, right? She's
And white.
aesthetically pleasing.
pretty
Um
privileged.
And white with like smart
not
looking
Mel.
black glasses.
We're
Oh,
talking
I'm
about
sorry.
Dr.
You're
Bryant.
talking about Dr. Brian. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
But she went on all these male dominated podcasts,
Mm.
and they maybe didn't question her quite as hard. She got some passes because she was pretty, and she was tossing up word salads, and so they let it slide, and nobody challenged her until some of these clips started making the internet. People were like, people who worked hard for their degrees are like, skirt, hold up, hold up, wait a minute. So Mel could also benefit from pretty privilege, or
She
she's
benefits
some
from white lady privilege with smart looking glasses.
Mm.
100%. And I'm not saying like every idea, like every Mel Robbins ism is bad or whatever. It's just like I'm getting so tired of finding out that these white women that we were at the brink of, and maybe she was, but she still seemed to have deals and Fox deals. So let me put that out there. And like it just there's too much, and now she's selling, I'm sorry, I'm one of those people that like I don't think people that are out there as like self-help guru, let me teach you how to transition your life. I took myself from bankruptcy to $50 million. Let me show you how. Should then be going around being like, you know how I get up every morning with my Mary Ruths. Like, I just don't think, I think that when you look at legitimate self help people, they're not running around on social media selling things.
But that is the
But
new grift, and it's easy.
Right.
It's easy on
tis
social
the
And she's
media.
American
great
way.
at it.
And you look at all of these life coaches and people that can teach you how to bring in millions of followers on social media, do all these things that all have a course to sell, right? So people influence you to do this, and then you come to find out that this is some BS.
Darium, it's okay. I remember being in class with you, and I sat behind you in class, so I can vouch for you if
I
you
was
need, because
I
I
was
was
2
there.
rows ahead of y'all. So yeah, because
And I
I'm
was
a
there
nerd,
too.
couldn't see. Yeah, she was right next to me,
So it's
punching me the
okay.
whole time.
We
But
got you. We
I
got
mean,
you.
at
We
what
can vouch for your degree.
but at what point are we paying like $29.99 for like advice grandma gave us?
But I think 'tis the American way. So people see an opportunity
Absolutely.
to make money, right? They may not start out. So let's just give, I
Stop
err on
it.
positive intent. Um, and holy smokes. Okay, so I'm sorry.
The fork?
Okay, so Chris, I just watched a video from from someone about that particular thing, and
I don't know what you just said, but
we have some for the swag bags
oh,
for the meetup. We
oh
have some pure
shit.
genius.
I'm
But the
sorry.
video I saw, um, which I'll have to share to you guys, was very interesting and talked about how I don't know if it's true or not, so I haven't fact checked it. So y'all take it with a grain of salt when I share it with you, but talks about that, about how she came, she saw that product, liked it, and how she decided apparently she wanted to own a piece of it at least.
Well, here's the thing. Yeah. Oh, anybody with half a brain realizes the GLP-1 I mean, we've talked about this on the A Collective. Like, it is a cash cow, and they're the people have figured it out. Like, this isn't like her being like, oh wow, I have this great idea, and like, it's helped so many people. She's like, no, this is a great way to make more money. And that is where I will end it, because I did not know she. So thank you. Can't wait to see you at the meetup.
It tastes pretty good. I opened one.
Again, not every idea is bad. I'm just saying, let's just remember, she's just a white lady with smart looking black glasses.
But I think, so this is what I also think, because I choose to believe positive intent. So I don't think every person, so like Cheyenne Bryant, Mel Robbins, anybody else, Jay Shetty, any of these people, right? I don't believe they start out like, so let's be clear, there's some people in the world who do start out by like, how can I scam some people? But I don't think everybody starts out as a grifter, but they see opportunity, and 'tis the American capitalistic way. And they're like, hey, I can make some money. So let me work this idea. I mean, we see it, y'all have just said it. I see it on TikTok all the time with people who are working to make money off of TikTok shop courses. People are desperate to want to get better. They want to make TikTok shop money. So they pay to join these courses. People pay to take courses about AI because they hear these pitches about get on board. You're never too old. Gen X, particularly, is getting pitched AI really big. You don't want to be left behind, right? So there are all these pitches for different things. And some of them, the people genuinely want to help, but they're like, hey, I want to help, but I make some money from my time. But then there are people who start out that way, and then they see something, and it becomes a grift, becomes an absolute grift. And so I think not everybody starts out that way, and I have no idea how Bryant or Robbins are with that. But we're in a capitalistic society, and people are going to figure out the next best thing that they can do to make money. Hell, I'm out here trying to think of ways I can make money and leverage what I know or what I do. How can I make money?
But I think there's a difference, because like you named like 3 people that I happen to think that did go into it thinking like, I'm going to make, I see this as a way to make money, and I don't care what happens. I think that, everybody's craving like certainty, and these people are great at selling it. Right.
They're charismatic.
Yeah. So, but again, I just think there's a difference between you trying to figure out where your strengths lie and how you can use that to your financial gain. There's a difference between that and what these people are doing, because more often than not, you find out, yeah, they're lying, they're stealing ideas, they're all these things, like, am I saying that they're awful humans? No, they might be. I don't know. I never met any of them. But what I am saying is they are all, in my, I was about to be like, get her, chat, get her. When you were like, I get, everyone the benefit of the doubt. I was waiting for Stacy to just, but then she was quiet. She was just like, not today.
Yeah, I'm over the grifting. I don't even
Right.
have anything else to say about it. We see it every day. If you're on
Good
social
old
media, you
American.
see all of the grifts. We have a grifter in the White House. He has grifted the hell out of us. I mean, so we're just kind of over it.
'Tis the American way.
Mm-hmm.
Does
And
he
in this
make a-
economy,
Absolutely.
gas is $17 a gallon. So I mean, what?
Child, I let my tank today get below half a tank. I hadn't been letting it get below half a tank, and it is a little above a fourth of a tank, which means I gotta go get gas tomorrow. And I'm just like,
You should have
It's
gotten it
gonna be
today. It goes up
$80.
every
no, I was coming
day.
in on two wheels today.
I know.
We would have been later on the air than
I know.
we
I'm just
already
saying
were.
because it goes up every day. But do y'all know what I said to Sloan yesterday? Because I had to go over the mountain to go to a place that I refuse to even acknowledge. But anyway, had to go over there, and there is a Wawa that just opened right over the mountain, and I realized if I had banjo music right now, y'all, I would so
I love
be
it.
putting it in the background. Yeah, but like they
Wait a minute, Darium. Hold on. Look at Darium's comment. I think it's gonna be a lot of that going on.
yeah. Well, I got super excited.
Get it
I
how
told
you
Sloan-
live.
I was like, it was only $4.19 a gallon. Like the fuck?
Yeah. So I don't know what we're gonna do about this. I mean,
it is something else. This economy is something else. And we didn't talk, we didn't say we were talking about this, but I just, along with the whole people selling subscriptions to their classes and all this, I did see a story today on the Today Show about like our Americans getting subscription fatigue and how um I forget what the percent was, but it's a huge majority of companies who had like one-time fees for things have turned it into monthly subscription models. They've moved them over to monthly subscription models. Now, I have seen that with TikTok shop courses that were once a one-time fee are now monthly fees for new people, like they drew a line in the sand, or they changed the course and they added a pro or an expert or something level. So it's whatever course, this extra word, so they could then charge a monthly fee. Because again, capitalism. And we see it in corporate America, particularly with streaming services. You can get it ad free for this price. You can get it with ads for this price.
and
Or
we can
we're
go
just
up
gonna
every
jack
2
it up.
months.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, go up every 2 months. Think about that. I
With
mean,
nothing.
every 2 months. And it's like, oh, so Netflix is this how much this month? Okay.
You were just gonna send you an email being like, "Hey, girl."
We're going up. We know you like to look at this, but
Yeah.
yesterday's price is not today's price. So
Oh, for sure. That
yeah.
baby, that's every company in America's mood right now, or and particularly gas companies.
But-
Companies, that's their mood.
You know, Donatella was asked the other day, like, if he thought that gas prices would drop once I don't remember what they call it's a war, people. It's a
The conflict.
but yeah, well, the excursion. But anyway, so they asked like if he thought it would drop like once the war was over. And he was like, his exact words were, I think so. Maybe. It might stay the same or it might go up a little.
Are we shocked?
No, but still, like, so
I'm not. And this is
Not
what's
shocked.
like, yeah, it's every day. Every day.
Not shocked. It's not going to immediately go down. Even if the conflict were to end today, it's not going to immediately go down. We probably would not see gas prices come down until after summer travel season.
oh no, girl. So it is, according to experts, it is is it a week? It's either a week or a month. I think it's a week. For every day the Strait of Hormuz has been blocked in some sort of way where they haven't been able full capacity, it is like a week to rebound from. So 2026 not happening.
I wonder, this is an aside, but has everything to do with gas prices. I wonder if some companies work from home, or let's go back to the office, policies will change, particularly if they have a long commute. Like I know someone who their company says if you have more than a 60-mile round trip commute, you're released from coming into the office. You have to work, you can work from home. You just have to come into the office when we have like mandatory things, mandatory like all team meetings or whatever. But I'm wondering if employers will provide any relief for their employees, particularly if they're not giving them COLAs, cost of living adjustments. If they're not giving them cost of living adjustments to account for the gas, why not allow them to
Do we
work
really think
back
that's
from
going to
home?
happen here, though? Because, I mean, I could see why it would be feasible, but there was such a push to get back in office. A lot of these companies were saying, oh, we're losing money. You know, we have all these office spaces. We want employees back in office. And people did not like the fact that people were not able to be seen and micromanaged. That's where we
Because
are.
realistically, that's what it comes down to. And I'm
Absolutely.
surprised some of these tech bros who are much younger, right? I can understand some Gen X managers being like, oh, you got to work, in the office, that kind of thing, because that's how we grew up and we, believe all the corporate speak about collaboration and all that. But these millennials
Well, who are they in
and
line
these
with? What
Gen
administration do they align with? Because I feel like it's more of a kind of Trump era kind of leader that wants people back in office, and that's it falls under that hierarchy in my mind.
I agree to an extent. I I continue to be baffled sometimes by the governor of Georgia, who Trump greatly criticized him, criticized his wife, whole bit, right? Because he broke with some things from the administration. Yet he's running ads for a Senate candidate that basically says this man aligns with President Trump. But I share that to say at the same time, the state of Georgia has telework. So I have friends who they have to go into the office once a week. That's the Georgia, depending on your department of government,
Huh.
that is your thing. So I'm like, you don't make no
Interesting.
sense. But don't even get me started. But he's out here doing this thing one way, but also Georgia's had a huge telework situation. Right, Chris? Because he's called a
But
special session for redistricting, just
that's
all the things.
I'm getting so excited. Rings are falling off. But that's all they know, right? Like they are the party of whiplash. One minute they're saying one thing, and then the minute it's not benefiting them or some other scenario is a better scenario, that is, I mean, it's constant.
I saw Mia's comment, and I do agree with that too. I've
Mhm.
seen like it's 50-50. I know here in Tennessee, a lot of those people, and we know what Tennessee is, which I won't talk about that.
Oof.
But these companies definitely
Yeah, are
want
y'all
people
okay
back.
down there?
I mean, look at me. We're doing the best we can.
Okay.
So
I'm sorry. I would try to be of more help, but my state is, having to vote on making sure that all white communities aren't allowed in the great state of Pennsylvania in 2026.
Baby, we out here just living
we are
in,
raw dog in life out here in the world.
as
I
my grandma
mean,
would say, we living in a time. It's just a time out here.
so I want to talk about people that really and truly just should not be influencers. Like we have got to stop giving people the title influencer and giving them a platform. Chud the Builder. Have y'all heard of this guy that is going around? He's supposedly an influencer and he goes to antagonize Black people. That is his thing. And he live streams it.
No.
So he gets online and he says, "Are you chimping out?" That's like saying this to Black people. And of course, he's waiting on someone to react.
Wait, is this the guy who did it to the streamer? The guy who was streaming and
He's the
asked,
streamer. He's the streamer. So
So
he's
he's-
recording it,
So he's creating like a honeypot
Hun-
for white
antagonizing
hooders.
people. Absolutely. And so he's here
Cool.
in the Nashville area. So he's been on, like, people have been waiting to catch him. So over the weekend, he was carrying on at Bob's Steakhouse downtown, the Omni, and they asked him not to stream in there. He got mad, decided he wasn't going to pay for his food because, you can't do those things. And he didn't pay for his food, walked out, got arrested. But people were hoping it was, you guys look it up, Chud the Builder. It's all over everything. And so it was just like, oh, it's a matter of time before this comes to a head because nobody has gotten a hold to him. Like he needed some happy hands. Didn't happen. Well, yesterday he's at court for something in Clarksville and started antagonizing another man. And they got into a fight. And I can only imagine that he was getting his ass whooped. Okay. And he carries a gun. So he'll antagonize you and show his gun. So that's the other thing.
Cool.
So he shot this man during their scuffle and grazed himself. He's in jail. Over $1 million bond, but he has a platform. What is this? Give, Send, Go? That's kind of like GoFundMe, and people are donating to this.
Well, that's like
over $100,000. And
yeah, because the racists they're like, oh, one of ours got, we got to save him.
that's exactly what it is. But what kind of person do you have to be to get up every day and decide I am going to go antagonize people? You have got to have a pitiful, pitiful life.
I know the answer. Pick me.
Hold on, let me see who wants that. LV.
A racist one? A
Yeah.
giant pile of garbage racist one. That's the kind
Yeah.
of person that wants to get up.
He's
every
been
day
out on
and
Broadway
play
doing
dog
it.
whistle.
Yeah, on Broadway. And people are celebrating his behavior by donating to this. This is where we are as a country. I want somebody to look him up. He is horrible.
Like he was dying.
Yeah,
The fuck?
it was
I mean, there are plenty of influencers or social media people who have
Rage baiters?
platforms that are not great human beings. I had not heard of him, and I had not heard of as people like to say in the comments, my FYP on TikTok just be dropping me off anywhere. They just unload me.
Oh, yeah, it was somebody
anywhere.
else about the
So
Spirit
James-
Airlines.
Yes, so James Charles and
Two first names. James.
yeah. And Jackie Ina
That
gathered
tells you
him right
everything
on
you need to
together.
know.
He issued an apology, but he's a little slick mouth young person. So,
That was the
he
best
did.
edit I have ever seen in my entire life.
Jackie be doing a thing, but he, said one apology, took it down, I think, and then Jackie
Yeah.
got him together, and then he put up another one, and then he's deleted it. And I saw not a news person, someone who does crisis PR. I follow her. I forget her name. She's amazing. And I'll never forget, I just saw her say this in the last month or so. when people end up issuing 2 apologies, she said the first one is what they meant and came from them. The second apology came from their
Came from
PR
their
company.
staff.
Came
Yeah.
from their PR company. Look at me, giving up balloons today. Happy feelings in the air. Happy Friday, friends. But and I thought about that when this awful man, you know, went on
But
this
people
this
want to see
tirade,
the
and
mess.
he has 40 million followers, and did in his count, I believe, still stands at 40 million followers. So they said he lost some hundreds of thousands, but
Well, yeah, he said
it,
he
it-
lost 400. He said he lost 400,000 on
that count
IG
still
in
say
one
40.
night.
So he just is not somebody I'd even want to look at. Like, even outside of knowing like what he's done, when I started seeing it pop up, I was like, oh, what is he entertaining? Because like, and what is he influencing?
Yeah. Well, all I could think is, oh, I should unfollow. Oh, wait, I never followed him to begin with.
Yeah, I didn't
But
know anything about him.
But I mean, it tracks though, because then, I mean, have you guys come across that? I forget her name, but she, um, it's like Tipper. I can't, fuck. She went viral. She had the Annie hair and a red, and she's clearly got some mental problems, and she's obsessed with this guy who's in a band who apparently like worked at the center she was in, and like she's now like making, I mean, it's scary. Like the guy from the band had to be like, please don't interact with her. Like, this is really like, she's not well. I have had to, like, this is it. But she's getting millions of views and like she's got tons of followers now. And like, and the
It's
people
drama.
egg her on.
It's drama. And that's what society loves.
Oh yeah.
Social
he's
media in
amazing.
particular thrives on drama. We tend to, platform,
The wrong
give
people.
follows, likes. Yeah, not always the right people. We don't do enough vetting and discernment around people. And then I will say this as well, and this comes up a lot in the church. We rank, like a lot of people in the church will rank sin. So this kind of person, if a unaliver kind of person is much worse than a this kind of person, right? So we tend to rank people's sins, and we're like, oh, he's not that bad, he's just this, or this is what he's done. It's sin is sin. It's all not
Yeah.
good. They're just all not great people. But we tend to rank them. We tend to rank sin and categorize it. And yeah, like lying's at the bottom of the sin scale. Lying. Let's say unaliving people's at the top of the sin scale. But what about all the horrible things that happen in between?
Yeah.
And so that's what happens with people. And it's not that bad. I don't love what he did, but his content's so good. That's how we tend to justify
Right.
a lot of this social media stuff. And people are and have been easily influenced by what they see.
I was like, who put a link? And then I was like, Stacey. And then I, Judd the builder. I was like, this has to be my hearing. There is no way that it's Judd. And it's Judd, apparently.
And is.
I mean, Tennessee has got some wild stuff going on anyway, and we don't even want to dig into that. That is such a mess. It's been going on. Make sure you vote. I mean, that's
Baby,
the only thing I can say. Just vote.
There are
Southern state living is not for the faint of heart right now.
No,
Southern,
it
if
is.
you're in the Bible Belt of the South, Baby, you got to be one of God's strongest soldiers right now,
And I'm not real
because
strong right now.
these people playing in our
So
faces.
yeah.
Well, I don't know. I can't remember how many states, but there are a few states that have their primaries coming up this week. I know Pennsylvania is one of them. Georgia is another. Um, I think there are 2 or 3 more though. So just make sure go. I don't care whether
Research
you
your
think
candidates.
you need to make sure morning of you are going on the website, actually night before. If you are going to vote in person, night before, just in case it crashes, make sure you know where you are voting, because they are changing polling places and your all your things, and a lot of states aren't required to let you know. So there's that.
And know your candidates, please. Know your candidates, what
Yeah.
what party they're aligned with, because
Because
I
then
think
we end
isn't
up with
Georgia.
James Tallarico. Oops,
Ooh.
sorry.
Ooh. Shots fired.
Sorry. I'm
But
still a little angry.
just know, because isn't Georgia trying to take what they are off of the ballot?
They did. It
Okay.
was so what happened was the governor signed into law,
Good job, Ryan.
which is why I'm like, he's so like, but the 5 largest counties in the state of Georgia, many of, and I forget all of the categories. I do know one of the categories is the district attorney's office. But a lot of those things they stripped. So right now we have Democrats who run for DA, we have Republicans who run for DA. But the 5 largest counties, which swing heavily Democrat, Cobb can be a swing county in the state, but it only applies to these 5 counties. Those races are now going to be nonpartisan. They're going to be nonpartisan and not partisan.
Know
And
your candidates.
I believe all 5 of those counties have female DAs. All 5 of them. 5 largest counties in Georgia have female DAs. And so, yeah, it's the sneaky
There's no
stuff
shock.
that we don't always think about, that, is being done right now. But yeah, you got to be strong to live in the South right now. And if you're a person who leans toward the left, you have to be very, very strong, or you believe in basic civil liberties and rights. It's a mess. It's something, not something. It's
That's putting
something
it mildly.
else right now. Something else. And I just want to remind people, and I'm going to do a video. Y'all, people wouldn't fight so hard to take away our choices and our right to vote if it didn't mean something. Just need to remind people of that it means something. And have a cousin who sat out the last election. His ass was early voting this time, but he sat out the election in November. Kind of didn't see a point. But his ass is early voting this time. He early voted. He posted his picture and everything.
I mean, there is a slight bit of hope, and I have been saving this story because I found it out. I had this conversation with my neighbor. Stop me. Did I tell you guys this? My scary neighbor, not my really smart, PhD, my scary neighbor. Yeah. So I knew was MAGA because he, in his dust on his truck, would do the FJB, and the back of his like rally car had Trump, like, but anyway, accidentally kind of had a conversation with him the other morning, and he is now believing, he was like, yeah, I'm embarrassed that I voted for him. And I was like, this is awesome, right? Like, he's like, gas prices and, placing blame where it belongs, like all this stuff. And I'm like, this is great. This is great. And then he says, yeah, I think he died. And there's a tin hat. This is not me. This is crazy. Put a chip in his head. And so it's like a robot. And apparently that's exactly what they did with Biden too. Sorry, I really should have started that story with I heard literally the craziest thing I've ever heard in my entire life in person the other day. That's Cracker Jacks.
So how did you look at him? That's
I
what
was
I
like,
want to know.
oh, I don't look. Keep in mind, remember, he's the one with the really big gun safe, and he's the one that I saw.
I don't
the really
care.
Scary, road rage incident. But I was like, I find that I really think it's just dementia, and I was trying to kind of. And then I started.
That's when you just walk off.
Then I started talking about the positives of our local rep, who I happen to now work for, and all these things. I tried to
you can't sit there and listen to people when they talk crazy.
Oh,
there's no need. There's no need for that.
Well,
When
don't
people start
engage with
talking
crazy.
real crazy. You just walk off.
It got better.
Or you turn your head and you go.
It got better. He just discovered. He's like, well, and I just discovered this new guy, Tucker Carlson.
Then you really walk off.
You just
why are you even entertaining?
Yeah, why are you talking to people like that? I don't talk to. I don't talk to people like that. I really got
things to do.
I cannot do that. I do not talk to people that are nutty. No, and especially that live around me.
And I usually I go, hey, I'm gonna stop you right here. I'm
not even gonna be that kind.
Well,
I'm sweet. I don't engage in political talk with neighbors or religious talk. That way they understand. That's a hard boundary. When I was flying, hard boundary. People would try to draw me in, and I'd be like, those are two things. I don't talk politics and I don't talk religion while at work with coworkers. That's a hard, firm pass for me, because our ideologies may not line up, and I got to spend the next 4 days with you. So hard pass. So don't even worry about it. Yeah. So I stop people in person. I have stopped people. I'm not going to engage in that, because if our views differ in any way, I can't unsee or hear that. So
I do. I can. And I'm gonna walk off if I don't tell you sound crazy.
Well, I mean,
because you sound real crazy.
Like I said, he does kind of scare me a little. But then I was like, well, and I'm just, because then he said something about the Bronco, and I was like, well, and I pay a lot of attention.
So you started rambling right on with him.
Well, I said
yes.
I pay a lot of attention to politics.
You did. That's what you did.
I understand. No, but I said, and actually, I am a digital, I do digital strategy for a politician, it. And I was like, and he's a Democrat.
Talk politics with my neighbors.
You ain't got no damn neighbors. You out there. Right? You live in the.
I do have neighbors. I got people.
Politics with the squirrels.
Yeah, I got people on each side of me. I got a neighbor to the left, and y'all don't hate on me, because me and my neighbors got land. We got acres on acres.
And you got squirrels and snakes. That's what you got.
Oh yeah, remember you would make sure you don't leave
the door open, because a snake might come in.
Y'all just going in and out, and I'm like, critters, lizards are quick. Ain't nobody got time for that. Yeah.
That is not something I have to worry about here.
Yeah, same here. But Shannon, if you ever go visit Shannon, honey, don't you go in and you hurry up and close that door. Get that door. Did you close that door?
That we don't leave open doors. We don't leave for the most part, unless like I'm unloading certain things. We don't leave open garage doors around here either. Like I put the garage door down as soon as I get in. Sometimes before I get out the car, garage door goes down. Cause yeah, we listen, burn the whole thing down.
And it's a
If
whole
I
bunch
got
of
to fight
trees
critters.
and shit. I was like,
Burn the whole thing down.
Well,
Um,
QL is like, I'm not American, so I just can't understand. And like, I don't want to be American either. Can we just, I know we've had this conversation, but I really think we need to start making plans. to
I
just
mean,
move
it is
there,
a mess. It is a mess, but
making plans for what?
to move.
Shannon,
by
what
QL.
kind of plan did you think she was making? I'm
We
like,
talked about this like the last time we were live or the time before that. We said we would go visit her, and then I was like, let's just move there. Shannon doesn't listen to me. It's my own fault. I just blabber. Thanks, ADHD.
okay, but speaking of blabbering, let's talk about somebody who got in trouble for all their blabbering is Tasha K. She just will not learn to keep her mouth
Girl.
off of Cardi B.
So
So
what happened this time? Because you know
getting
I'm
ready
not
to
up
read
on
it to
Tasha
you.
K.
Cardi B won a major contempt ruling against Tasha K in their ongoing defamation legal battle. The bankruptcy judge found Tasha K in violation of her non-disparagement clause and fined the blogger and her attorney for making disparaging remarks and AI content that they brought into the courtroom. So attorney is getting fined for making up ChatGPT statements. He's got to pay, I think, 10%. Tasha K had like leeway on this $4 million. There was a payment plan. Run that back. Run that back. You're going to pay me all of my money. She cannot talk about Cardi at all or anybody affiliated with her. Meaning, when Tasha was talking about Stefan Diggs and all of his trouble and doing these hour-long videos.
Ding!
Yeah. Stefan is tied to Cardi. When she was talking about Offset after he got shot and making all these videos, all of this. And so what it seemed like she violated 25 times. And they would reach out to her. Hey, you've made a video. It's an hour long. You know, she's live. So she's racking up the money. Then she said, okay, well, I'll take it down. You know that you are not supposed to be talking about this woman. And she was calling her like, oh girl, referring to her in videos without saying her name, but there was an inference and everybody knew who she was talking about. So Cardi is like, bitch, I got you. You gonna pay me my money. I don't understand why. She has so much pride. You already lost the first time. I wouldn't be treading on that at all to talk about that girl.
Because she can't stop her. She's like Donatella. They just can't help themselves. They have nothing else. And they don't want to look silly. And she knows she looks silly.
I was like, and the thing about Cardi is she's going to take you to court.
She's petty.
I love her.
She like, oh, okay.
That's why I love her.
Exactly. I love her.
Like,
and I just think about, I'm just like, oh my God. And so I made a video about this yesterday because the chef that was on trial last week accusing Stefan, she is still talking. She is running her mouth and saying that he did horrible things to her. He's done things to Cardi. She even put Cardi's name in it. And I said, no, this girl getting ready to get sued. I already thought the woman was slow when she was on the stand. She seemed like something was not all the way there. She couldn't succinctly tell her story, yet you are still talking a week later after he has been found not guilty. You really making it hard for people to have sympathy for you.
Mm-hmm.
And she is going to get sued. And I'm just like, where are her friends? Like, if it were me, wouldn't y'all tell me? Wouldn't y'all tell me, like, yes, shut up?
I would be driving down. I don't even care that like I just got excited that gas was $4.19. Like I would be driving down to, or I'd be calling brother and being like, get her phone, rip it out of her hands, and don't give it back until I say it's okay.
Exactly. Like your friends will tell you that you are wrong. Nobody is telling these people. And they just keep doing, and I'm just waiting on the lawsuit from the chef.
They could be telling her she's wrong.
And she
She
don't
just
care.
may be
And she
making
doesn't
a
listen?
choice- making
You
a
got your
choice.
attorney in trouble because now he's submitting all kinds of documentation. What about his malpractice
Yeah, but
insurance?
he should have checked. I'm sorry. When I heard that, I heard someone being like, kind of being like, I mean, and I said, no.
He knows he's an attorney.
Like, he should have known better and been fact checking everything and making sure everything was on the up and up. Like, that is part of his job.
Well, they said she's really not paying him. So that's another
not.
thing. And I'm like,
Again,
just
she is Donatella. Like, they all have the same goddamn MO.
yeah, Tasha K is a mess with herself, and she is going to blow up everything that she has worked for. And listen, I used to listen to Tasha K because it's something just to have on in the background, and it was always good petty information, and I enjoy that kind of stuff. I'm not above it. I enjoy it. But after so long, when you're constantly talking about the same person, and it's like, girl, are you obsessed?
She is, but she also sees it again. This all circles back to she sees it as
A
her
grifter.
cash cow. She gets views, she gets her name in the spotlight. Like all press is good press. Like,
yeah, and it's bad. Not when it cost me $4 million. Like $4 million.
Yeah, but again, we live in a society where there are people that still think that trickle down economics might work the 50th time we try.
Yeah, it was just crazy to me. So it is probably going to set a new standard too for bloggers and people that talk on the internet about what you can say about people and people affiliated with them. I see a trend coming.
Yay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think the landscape on a lot of things, kind of pushing this back to the influencer thing, I think that's about to change, particularly influencers
Absolutely.
who like TikTok shop content, Amazon. If you are endorsing brands, the street committee, the streets is talking, and the streets say that the FTC is getting their weight up in the social media sphere, and they're about to really crack down and maybe even start handing out individual fines
And y'all,
behind content.
and they're serious. Like the FAA is doing it in my stratosphere. They're not joking around. They need to pay for the ballroom somehow.
We have to pay for all of these things. It's just
Remember, because now Mark Wayne. God damn it. Anyway, apparently
Mark Wayne Mullins.
Apparently, they can't accept donations for the ball. Like the Secret Service can't accept donations for the security upgrades needed for the West Wing for the ballroom upgrade. And so it will have to be paid by the taxpayers. So yeah, they need to pay for it somehow, because we're also spending $2 billion a day on a war that doesn't need to be happening, and yet kids don't have medicine, food. It's fine.
And then we're about to pay him too for his lawsuit with the
because
IRS.
he's suing himself.
Yeah, the IRS. And so is it 10 billion? They said that they're talking about settling, and then maybe he's going to put it in some kind of fund for people that have been, what did they say?
Maybe
wrongly charged by the government under past administrations. Something
he wants to give out 250 pardons to celebrate 250 years. Those won't go to the people who are deserving of them.
I mean, we just have a mess. But I think things are changing on the landscape. Shannon is looking because she is bewildered. She does not know what is going on. She has no idea about any of this stuff that we just talked about, and it is all over your face. We see it, sis. it's just yeah, it's a mess. But the landscape, I think everything online is going to be changing pretty soon. TikTok has already changed. It's not the same.
Oh my
And
goodness.
TikTok shop, I'm not a big TikTok shop girl. So I don't know what regulations will be coming and how
Well, it's
that'll
just
impact
essentially
people.
it's across all platforms. So TikTok Shop, Amazon, anytime you are promoting a brand
Mhm,
and you didn't buy the brand yourself and you're
mhm.
promoting it in exchange for whatever,
Product or anything.
You
have to
have
Mhm.
do,
to
you're
market it
supposed,
as promotional content.
yeah, you've got to disclose it's an ad,
Haven't people
certain
been doing
brands.
that?
People don't, and people don't seem to understand that it's not the platforms that are well, some of the platforms are cracking down some, but it's the FCC, like the
It is rules
government
around
is
advertising.
Mhm.
is coming down because it is laws with the government about promotional items.
I don't think the people that run the government know about those items.
No, sadly, apparently some still do, because apparently somehow the FAA is handing out fines right and left to
Is that why you
Oh,
told me to
that's
get my
yes,
Shannon? I got in trouble
right
the
and
other
left.
day.
She flew outside without her trust certificate. I told her not to.
Yeah.
She did what?
I don't want to even say it to have it on the
Were
recording.
you
I will tell you later.
We'll talk about it offline.
But
But I
she
was
is
playing with
totally
my
legal
drone.
now.
were you in the
World.
streets?
I mean,
She has
no.
done her trust certificate. She has done everything she needs to do to be a recreational flyer, and she may fly her drone.
Steady be trying to
She's so
fix
mad.
things.
Oh my God, she was so mad at me. And she was like, "Have you not done this?" And I was like,
I was like, I
"No."
sent you the link.
She sent it to me a long time ago. And I finally said, "I guess I'll do it."
But again, Trump is spending money right and left. They need to pay for this shit somehow. And apparently, all the money for the jumbo jet that they gave Trump. It's going to be Air Force One. No, apparently now he's planning on putting it in his library that, oh, wait, no, it's actually a hotel. There's not going to be a single book in there.
He can't read. And Kristi Noem got evicted.
Ah,
I
bye.
saw that. Yeah, she got evicted from her residence that she was staying in, that came as a perk for her job.
Yep.
Since she has been out of that role, she decided she would just be a squatter. And then it was like, okay, girl, go ahead on. She probably didn't want to go home to Brian. Big titty Brian.
Loud.
Mm-hmm. All
Lord
right.
have
Before we
mercy.
start just going all down a rabbit hole, anybody have questions for us that they want us to talk
'Cause
about?
I did
or
say that,
anything?
if you had any questions,
And we have
you come
rambled.
prepared.
Miss
Class.
QL said, baby, because y'all know Miss QL's in Bermuda. She said the people there don't understand Americans.
Oh
yeah,
We
How
don't
we-
understand
how
it
saying that,
either.
but we had
How we voted twice, all the things just makes us look bad.
already, by the time it popped up here, we had, and so I was like, well, but that is
It's a mess.
Okay, so I got a topic. Have
Yeah,
y'all
Shannon, we are wrapping up. Okay, go ahead.
I know, but you asked if the people had any questions. Since
But
they
you're
don't have
not
no
the people.
questions-
You're not the
You
people.
had your chance.
You are not the people.
But I'm fascinated by this topic.
Okay.
But fine.
Go
I'll
ahead.
hold it.
Well,
No.
no one's-
Look, no, it's okay. It's all right. I'll wait and I'll just do
Do
something.
you think the
else.
artist formerly known as Kimberly Dean?
No.
Hey, she gets an honorary doctorate.
Because she's already given herself an honorary doctorate.
Baby, no.
And how do we know it again? That honorary doctorate isn't
Yes.
from the School of Photoshop, since she got her first one from the School of Canva.
I know. Mia, you just encourage foolishness. Go ahead, Shannon. We'll be sitting here for another 2 hours about Shannon's topic that she getting ready to.
No, we're
rumble
not. I
off.
told
Go ahead.
y'all that I
You're
haven't
hungry.
eaten today, so I'm like hungry. I'm
Okay.
hungry.
So are
So-
you gonna bring it up?
I-
Yes or
Oh,
no?
now you want to rush me?
Look, they all want
Now
you to
you-
go.
I'll go. Never mind. No, have y'all been on Chinese Talk and BYD Talk?
No.
Okay, so there's been several stories about Chinese electric cars.
Oh, I
And
saw they banned the Wago or whatever. I saw like a
so
little headline on my ground news fly
so
across.
no Chinese cars pretty much can be imported because it would probably put the US auto industry out of business. These cars are so technologically advanced and
Oh,
they're like half the
it's not the
cost.
same
So like
as
right
what
now,
it's
I think Trump has 100% tariff
Yeah.
on Chinese cars.
Yeah.
And these cars are freaking incredible. They've got luxury features.
For a quarter of the price.
Yeah, these cars are clocking in at like $35,000-$40,000. And I saw something in the last couple days. Do y'all realize a RAV4 is almost 50K? A RAV4
Yeah.
with
I mean,
that's not even top of the line. It's
Yeah.
almost 50K.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, there's
everything is so
a
pricey.
whole article. I thought I could have sworn I sent that to you guys. The New York Times did an article a couple weeks ago about the cost of cars and how it is just exploded. But I mean, it's the same idea with so this drone, American made, is $30,000.
What do you mean?
This
It's a DJI,
this
so
is
it's
a DJI drone that's like
Uh-huh.
what 5,000, I think 3,000. I
Mhm.
can't remember the Mavic 4 Pro, but if it was American to get the Hasselblad lens, all the same specs, but American made, it would
Okay,
be
yeah.
$30,000. Like that's why they banned DJI.
Mhm.
And it's not because of the Osmo. So sorry if you wanted the Pocket 4, you're not going to get it, and it's the drone's
No,
fault.
we have to go to China or Canada to get
There are
it.
workarounds.
And then bring it in. Like you literally
Mhm.
would have to fly there to get it.
Mhm.
Mhm. You see
Yeah.
what Chris put in there?
Yeah. And actually,
Oh, she
Chris,
got her
you're
car back real
probably
fast.
too young to. Actually, all of y'all are probably too young. Do you remember before there was Nissan? There was Datsun.
Datsun. Mhm.
I remember Datsun. DATSUN.
Yep. It
Mhm.
was a Datsun Nissan. Then they dropped the Datsun name.
Yeah.
Realize
That-
I guess I didn't remember it. I just remember Datsun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that Nissan. Oh, Jesus Christ. I had motion sickness from that thing. It's awful.
I'm
No
glad you never rode in my Bronco.
no harm to anyone if you have a Nissan. Maybe it was just the one that I drove, but it was not smooth.
Baby, we're gonna mess around and all we be able to afford are Yugos. They're gonna bring Yugos back.
You
And
give
that's
me
all we're gonna
one
be able to
then.
afford.
Well, but you also, you were also driving a base model. I had a
Stacey's
Rogue. I
like,
liked
I
my
don't
Rogue.
care. Yeah, my cousin has like a Rogue with a lot of features. It's very nice. And it
When they're-
rides well. And
When there's a huge difference though, because my ex-husband worked for Nissan. There's a big difference between the base model and
I don't care what it was. That makes me say never, ever.
Pinto.
a Pinto. Mhm.
Mhm.
All those.
Efficient gas. But yeah, no Nissan for Stacy.
Well, depending on the way gas is, if it's not absolutely outrageous, we have decided to rent an RV to drive down to Atlanta next month.
Okay.
So get ready for that.
Oh wow.
There is an RV park on my side of town. Like,
Cool.
mhm.
I mean, there's a trailer park not too far from you. I was thinking about that trailer park and how we were on the phone. And guys,
I love
going to
that trailer
Shannon's
park.
house is a whole adventure. And you get off the highway and you're on side roads, and I'm driving. And you were like, look to your left. There's a mobile home park. I was like, wow, it is.
No, what I
And
said
it has
was
gates. It has a gate.
it's a
gated.
gated,
It's a gated
it's a
mobile
gated
home.
mobile home community. It's a
Things I've
mobile
never
home
seen before.
community.
Yeah.
It's gated.
Yeah, it is. My God.
And
today.
most times they have somebody like in the guard shack. Most times, not all
Is
times.
somebody
most
gonna come
times.
and steal the home?
Listen, they protecting their community. It's
You
gated.
never know. Can't you park there?
Yes. Yes, she could. She could, Stacy. I mean,
Don't
Mia.
say Stacy, because Stacy is not. No.
Yeah, she could park at the motor speedway. They have hookups and everything.
Oh,
So
yeah.
like
That would be
um
so fun.
because the motor speedway is part of like Georgia's emergency response plan. So like hurricane evacuations, things like that, they open the speedway parking lot up. But there are regularly RVs on that land. So mhm.
That's fun.
And they have hookups.
Yeah. I don't know. We just like threw it out there as I thought it would be like my dad came up. Well, I thought about it, but then my dad actually said it, and I was like, actually, I think that's a really fun idea. So we'll see.
You know, I almost, my realtor was going to have a fit. I almost bought an RV.
Yeah.
I'm somebody who loves RVs. Me and my friends drove. If you are familiar with Australian geography, we drove from Darwin, Australia to Sydney, and we went straight through the outback. We rented an RV and did it. And one of my greatest like things, like on my bucket list. So one of the things on my bucket list is to rent an RV, have someone else drive it for me, but go. Lily's like, Lord have mercy. But go to the Black Hills of South Dakota. I want to see Crazy Horse and Mount Rushmore. And I want to do it in an RV.
Yeah.
And so yeah, so that's a thing on my bucket list, but I almost bought an RV, because I could pay cash for it outright and own it. And I was like, I could just go and do that and have somebody pull it for me, because there are different types. I used to
Mhm.
watch this show about RVs, so I understand like all the different types and levels, class A's, class C's, all of that. Toy haulers. I could tell you about RVs. And I was like, I could pay somebody to pull it to the campground I was telling you about, and I could just park it there, and you pay rent every month. You pay rent. And I would own the RV outright. I
And then
could
when you
own
feel like
it.
moving, you just
I'd just get somebody
like
to
a
come hook it
trailer.
up, and I'd pay them to drive me wherever. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. I know, Chris, but an RV's inside. Inside.
This just does not sound.
just don't
fun
move to
at
Kansas.
all.
Because
Like-
again, friends, if you weren't here in the beginning, or if you weren't, that we didn't even talk about this. But
Are you adding something now?
no.
Oh, I'm like,
Apparently
Lord,
Stacey's
have
ready.
mercy.
Apparently
Yeah.
Stacey's ready to go.
Yeah.
No, I
Well,
just don't want us to be rambly.
Yeah, no, but if you live in the Midwest, please make sure you pay close attention to your weather from starting today
Oh, yeah.
through Tuesday, because there's a very high risk of some pretty major storms that could produce tornadoes and all kinds
Hail and all the things.
yeah, all kinds of really awful weather. So just make sure that you're paying attention. If you live in an area where you have to worry about tornadoes, hail, make sure you have done all the things to prep for that because it's about to get really yucky.
And if you don't have a generator, go to Lowe's and get a generator in case you lose power.
And make sure you know exactly how to hook it
To
up.
operate it.
Yeah.
Yes.
LV the Storm Chaser. I'm gonna be. I'm not, but I do kind of want to build a storm drone. Anyway, I hope y'all have a great week. Make sure you subscribe to us everywhere.
Thank y'all for hanging out with us. I hope
Yeah.
y'all enjoyed a good old live episode of us.
Look at that. My watch is telling me it's time to stand.
Yeah, because we've been rambling.
Okay.
We haven't been rambling. We've just had a great, in the words of Bourbon RX, we've had a great little chitty chat. It's been good. Stacy believes we've been rambling, friends. We haven't. It's just a great chitty chat about a
Well,
bunch
now
of
we're
random
rambling.
topics.
I can't breathe. Sorry, I thought that.
All right.
Doesn't
Have a good
matter.
weekend, everyone.
All right, friends.
Goodbye.
Bye, friends.
Goodbye.
Thanks for hanging out.
Y'all are great.